Do you have any scholar or any Quran verse that says that you have to cherry pick and you have to do general confirmation? Yes or no?
You're so adorable. Can I respond now? Bro,
What's
why you
going
got
on?
red stuff on your cheeks, bro?
Can
What's
we get
that,
to
bro?
the
You
topic?
got blush? You're so adorable.
What's up with Ortho Duck Lips? He's always doing duck lips.
Isn't that the guy? He's the guy, right? He's the guy that does the.
That's what's weird. When he gets pictures taken, he looks like he wants to kiss you, and he poses like this, and then he starts talking about you're adorable. Why don't you come over and we'll play Momo and El Zoot? Like, what is this, man? This is one of the main responses that I see. I've seen lots of Muslims using this. Just general. And guys, it's completely wrong. It's innovation. It's made up.
Even if it was, I'm sorry, that's still a problem. Because what does the Bible generally teach? Especially if you go to the New Testament. All the Gospels, all the epistles are just focusing on what Jesus did, how he conquered death, he atoned for sins, he resurrected. This is the central general theme of the New Testament. And it completely contradicts Islam.
I challenged Dean, like in one of my few conversations with him, I challenged him. I said, look, if you really believe this, read the 4 Gospels and find every single verse that you think is actually compatible with an Islamic teaching and every verse that isn't, and tell me that you still think you can confidently say you affirm this generally. He was like, yeah, I totally do this. But suspiciously, he's never published it or mentioned anything about it. And I think it's because he knows, just as well as I do, that once you do this, there is no way you can say you generally affirm that. There are too many instances, Jesus calling his God Father, Jesus like the incarnation, the baptism, the crucifixion. Like there's too many things that are problematic. Even his like parables and miracles are problematic. He has nowhere to go. He's just bluffing.
A parallel would be, I believe in many statements that are contained in the Quran that are true statements. I would never in a trillion years say I affirm the Quran in general, not even in his sense, let alone as in what it actually means in Islam to say that you affirm, you have the general belief.
Give me a mufassir that says that you have to do a general confirmation. Do you have any?
Yeah. Surah chapter 5 verse 44, Ibn Kathir's commentary says we do a mujmal tasdeeq, which means a general confirmation.
Okay. So
that phrase mujmal tasdeeq doesn't appear anywhere because it's not grammatically correct. In Arabic linguistics, it's not correct.
Yeah, so in Arabic, just like Hebrew, many other languages, you have like, you put the adjective before the noun.
Yeah, so when you want to say nice day, you don't start with nice. You say day first, then nice.
Yeah, so in English, you say general confirmation. And so in his mind, he's another guy, I guess, but at least he didn't claim to be like the expert in Arabic, but we're just letting him know that you don't put the adjective before the noun. In Arabic, you put it afterwards. So he made a basic mistake there. But he also attributed it to Ibn Kathir, which they are getting something from Ibn Kathir, but not that. And he said it was chapter 5, verse 44. We highlighted here, this is the word that this is the phrase here that they're understanding. Like Dean said, it means in general. We believe in it in general. Libiano said we believe in a general confirmation. Okay, it doesn't actually say that. Iman and mujmalin means a general belief. So this is the whole context of it. Chapter 29, verse 46.
It basically says that this phrase, iman and mujmalan, which means general belief, it means when you are facing the people of the book, if they inform you something whose truth or falsehood we do not know, then don't hasten to deny it, for it may be true, nor believe it, for it may be false. Rather, believe in it, meaning their book, a general belief, on the condition that it's truly revealed, not misinterpreted or replaced.
And so this is the one from Quran Next where it says we believe in general. And so what we're saying is that it's important to translate the whole thing. It actually in Arabic says a general belief. Why? Because this is actually a specific thing in Islam. This is a specific doctrine in Islam called a general belief. We don't have to go through all of this stuff, but you have 2 different types of belief.
So the 2 different types of belief is a general belief, which is for the population who don't know detail.
And these are all the different ways in Arabic that you'll see it worded.
Or a detailed belief, iman tafsili, for scholars, people who know more. So this is the difference. It doesn't mean that the details are wrong. It just means different types of beliefs depending on people's knowledge. That's all.
So we have like Ibn Taymiyyah here, for example, he's explaining it. And what he says is, if it is said, how can faith be sound in something whose reality is not comprehended by one who claims to believe it? The answer is, just as faith is valid in Allah, his angels, his books, his messengers, the last day, the fire, the paradise, it is known that we do not encompass full knowledge of all these things in detail, at-tafsil, but we have only been commanded to believe in general, fil jumla, in general. Now, then he goes on to say, do you not see that we do not know the exact number of prophets, nor the many angels, nor do we grasp their attributes, yet that does not diminish our faith in them. So he goes on and he says, I say that there is no doubt that one must believe in everything that the messenger has informed us of and affirm whatever he reported, even if a person does not understand the Arabic he spoke or grasp any part of its meaning.
You hear that, Yemenite?
Let alone the Arab. So even if you're Arab, you don't understand, even if you don't understand the Arabic, it's like, it doesn't matter as long as you believe in it generally. So this is the thing here, because this is the same phrase that, by the way, Ibn Taymiyyah is the teacher of Ibn Kathir. So when Ibn Kathir makes reference to a general faith, I should have kept it as general belief here, just so you can see the consistency, but it's literally the same thing. Al-Iman al-Mujmal, it's the same exact thing, just this is using the definite article. And he's saying that this is a general belief. It's not a requirement to know the meaning of everything he has reported. And then he says that there's no doubt about this. And it goes on. Watch this now. So anyone who finds a verse of the Quran that's unclear and does not know its meaning must still believe in it. So general doesn't mean you like get to pick and choose, like, oh yeah, most things are correct, and then some things you get to not believe. Again, this is a doctrine in Islam. These words are not just like random words. They have a reference point. It's like if you're reading a Christian commentary or Christian book on theology, and it makes reference to natural theology or general revelation. You don't need to like Google what does general mean and what does revelation mean. General revelation, this is a specific doctrine in Christianity. So just like here, this general belief, al-Iman al-Mujmal, it's a doctrine in Islam. So he says that, and does not know its meaning, must still believe in it and entrust the knowledge to Allah and say Allah knows best. That's why Muslims always say Allah knows best. This is agreed upon by both the early generations and later companions. So that's Ibn Taymiyyah. Now we have Ibn Baz now. Watch what he says.
So he says the same thing and he applies it to all the books of Allah, including the Quran. So you can't use that just for the Bible, which means it's not about corruption. Here he says, in the matter of the divine books, plural, the category is one. The believer has faith in them in general. This ijmal and this word again, general, that they love. We believe in them in general. And then he lists these books, the Torah, the Gospel.
Well, I want to show the contrast, because the contrast with general is always detailed. So as for the details, so notice you have general, then you have details.
Yeah, as for the details and contents, that knowledge belongs to Allah. Among them are those whose names have been made to us, meaning the books, such as the Torah, the Gospel, the Psalms, the scrolls of Moses and Abraham, and the great book, the Quran. We believe in these books that have been named for us. So these books, you apply to them, including the Quran, this general belief. And don't worry too much about the detail, they're saying, because you can't really fully know the detail. That's what it's saying here.
This is just to show that they don't know what, again, I'm putting Ibn Kathir up here. They don't know what Ibn Kathir is referring to when he says believe in general or have a general belief. They think that it means, you accept most things. Some things can be negated. That's not what it means in Islam. To have a general belief is contrast with having a detailed belief. So you believe in general, which look at the context. The context is,
if you don't trust the people of the book.
So if you don't trust people of the book, they inform you about something. You can't say it's true because you might say something false is true, and you can't say it's false because you might say something true is false. So you have to just have a general belief that we believe in it on the condition it's been revealed. It hasn't been replaced it's not another book, and it hasn't been misinterpreted. We believe. It doesn't mean you get to pick and choose.
It means that you know what it is generally, you believe in it generally, you just don't know the detail because their prophet was too illiterate to read it or have someone else read it for him. But he still confirmed those books without knowledge. So now he tells all Muslims to don't trust the people of the book, the people, not the book. It's like sending your child to a teacher who you don't trust, but you trust the book that they're teaching.
So imagine if you're a Muslim, you're a conservative Muslim family, and your kids go to you live in the West, your kids go to secular school. Let's say the religious teacher is a liberal Muslim. You wouldn't want your kids to believe what they say. You say don't believe what they say, but don't disbelieve them, but just take whatever the Quran says. Say I believe in the Quran, but don't believe or disbelieve.
So keep your belief in the Quran generally, but just don't go with the details they tell you because we don't trust the teacher. That's basically what it is. It's not an attack on the books of Allah, including the previous ones.
Otherwise, if you apply it to Muhammad, because it says here, you have to affirm all that the messenger brought in a general manner. This is what al-iman al-mujmal means, to accept it in general. So in other words, you don't just get to pick and choose what you believe from Muhammad. Well, some Muslims do this, but you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
you're supposed to accept everything.
Oh, they all do it.
So that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Dean, and I'm guessing Orthodox Lips are using as the main response. But Dean is using as his main response to the Islamic dilemma that what the Quran is confirming is something general in the Bible, meaning, some general correct doctrines and so on. But there's all sorts of other things where it's not confirming. So it's confirming the gist of various doctrines, but it's not everything. And how do you know that? Well, because Ibn Kathir says, keep in mind, Ibn Kathir now speaks for Allah, and Dean takes the words of Ibn Kathir as the words of Allah, which he'd be condemned by Surah 2, verse 79. You're taking something else and saying, this is the word of Allah. Jai and DOC point out, dude, if you're quoting Ibn Kathir and what he means by this general belief, that's not what he means at all. It can't possibly be what he means. The general belief is distinguished from a detailed belief, where if you don't know the details, you just say, I believe in it in general. I believe in that in general. I don't know what it means. I don't know all the details. I don't have enough knowledge and stuff like that, but I believe in it in general. Then you'll have like an expert who knows all the details and stuff. Guess what? They believe in what they're talking about the same. It's just one has way more knowledge about what he's talking about. They believe in the exact same thing. One just has a more detailed knowledge. That's how it's actually used in Islam, if I'm following this correctly. And
Yes.
Dean
Yes,
is completely misrepresenting the doctrine. He's completely misrepresenting Ibn Kathir. And this is his main response to the Islamic dilemma. And you can't say he's ignorant on this, because they've pointed this out to him before. He's familiar with it. He knows it's not what Ibn Kathir means, and he's saying it anyway, which means two possibilities. Either he's too stupid to understand what Jai and DOC are pointing out, and he's too stupid to understand what the Muslim commentators have said and how this is used. He's too dumb, in which case, why are you listening to him respond to the Islamic dilemma? Or he knows he's wrong, and he's saying it anyway because all he can do at this point is lie to get out of the Islamic dilemma.